What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,400 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And I know, like many of you, I'm also in this quarantine life, you know. We're quarantining, and we may not have too much to do around the house, so we end up watching the Netflix, all right? And there has been a phenomenon that has just been taking, honestly, the world by storm. What am I talking about? I'm talking about one of the #1 documentaries they're saying ever, Tiger King. All right, it's absolutely positively dominated pop culture. And I have with me today the CEO of Tidal Wave Productions, Mr. Darren Davis. Hey, Darren.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Awesome.
Yay.
So, Darren, how were you introduced to the Tiger King documentary?
Well, just kind of like everybody else. It's like we're dealing with the world of COVID, and we needed something to binge watch. So, of course, it was Tiger King. And at first, because I really loved Making of a Murderer, the one that was on Netflix a couple of years ago, and they did a sequel to it and all that. And I think Netflix actually does such a great job with their documentaries. Even I think it was called The Staircase was really good. Mm-hmm. And so this Tiger King was actually really hard to get into for like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like hooked right away. I was kind of like, okay. And then it just went crazy. It went like totally crazy.
It was insane. Like I'm sitting up there, I'm quarantining, I'm self social distancing, by myself, sheltering in place, and everyone that I'm talking to, they're like, have you seen Tiger King? Have you seen Tiger King? I was like, no, it doesn't look like something I'd really be into, and I don't think that's really my style. They're like, no, you have to get past like the first 2 episodes, and when things pick up, it picks all the way up, Ash. I'm like,
oh my God, it has everything. It has like gay thruples. It has, murder. It has tigers. It's the most fun on TV. Yeah.
Insane. And I think probably the biggest thing that, without giving away to people that haven't seen it, the biggest takeaway for me from it was these poor animals. Like, the tigers are the ones that they're sitting up there getting neglected the most. Because of all the chaos surrounding these people. I mean, there's all kind of betrayal. Like you said, there's murder, type of situations and things going on. There's disappearances. I'm just like, this is unreal.
It's like lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
Oh my gosh. So, all right. So, taking from, so how did you feel after the last episode?
I wanted more. I want more. I was like, what? So I had to watch Fuller House, okay? I'm like, then I just had to binge the rest of Fuller House. And spoiler, no, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you watch Fuller House, so. It's the end.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be a Fuller House comic book, by the way.
Yeah,
so.
Oh, no, we do not need that. We don't.
But yeah, I was super sad at I was like, I literally wanted more from this. I thought it was... it was well done.
It was.
So much fun.
Yeah, I thought it was fascinating that it wasn't even intended to be this documentary. Like, it was originally another documentary that was just chronicling, the whole go about as far as the sanctuaries go, and they were just kind of like tracking that, and then it created a whole nother life on its own. It was madness. Absolutely.
And I think it was just perfect timing, too, because just when everybody's looking for something to watch, because we're all quarantined, this is literally the perfect thing to watch. So.
Yeah, so would you say that wanting more from Tiger King, that was maybe one of the really driving points for you creating the comic book?
Truthfully, so I think it was about a year ago, we thought, okay, what could be the best, worst idea ever? And so we did a Stormy Daniels comic biography. We're like, okay, that's the best, worst idea ever. And it was like super great, and there's more to that story too. So we ended up, a year later, we're now working with Stormy Daniels, and we love her to death. So we can talk about that afterwards. But with this, people are only talking about like two things, and we're thinking, okay, what could be the best, worser idea ever? And then we were like, people are talking about COVID and people are talking about Tiger King. Nothing else. So we're like, you know what? Let's do a Tiger King comic book.
Yeah.
And at that point, we're like, oh my God, this is brilliant. It's brilliant. Mm-hmm. And the writer at the time was like, I've never seen it. I'm like, what? And you're like shocked. I'm always shocked when people have not seen the show. So we made him do homework and watch the show, and he's like, same problem with us. The first two episodes, he's like, what did I get myself into? And then he's like, oh my. Then it's just like, you cross that line, you're just like, what? No. So this is perfect. And then he fell in love with it just as we did, and what we wanted to do is, we just didn't want to regurgitate the Netflix story, because there's just that people have seen it, people know what that is. Yeah. And so what we wanted to do is do the prequel to what happened on Netflix. And so we go really into the childhoods of both Carole Baskin and Joe Exotic, and how they why they ended up hating each other so much, and what was that rivalry really about. And these two crazy cats, they truly do believe what they are doing is 100% right and correct. And, and they believe that it's a good thing that they're doing. And we don't really say one way or the other which is right or wrong. Yeah. I mean, that's up to the person. Mm-hmm. But one of the cool things that we did with this book is we teamed up with PETA. And because I think PETA had a relationship with Carole Baskin at the time. Yeah. And the good thing about that is they kind of let us know things that were misconstrued in the documentary series on Netflix. There's a scene where Carole Baskin is hosting a big rally, a big event at her big cat rescue place. Mm-hmm. And what they don't show you is that, she does this once a year. It's not an open zoo. It really is just like a rescue place. They don't show you that nobody touches the animals. There's no baby cubs that are just like, she's not a breeder, is what we're basically saying. And so it kind of made me feel a little bit better about her, that, none of the volunteers, none of her people, or none of any of the patrons could touch the animals. Yeah. And I think they raised like $36,000 that all goes 100% to the wildlife foundations and that type of stuff. Yeah. So that was kind of the one thing that kind of made me feel a little bit better. But am I saying that she didn't? Do we know whatever happened to her husband? I'm not going there, and I'm not saying any of these people are nice. I'm not saying anything. So
just character, because the whole time I'm watching the special, and I'm like, this can't be real. Is this real? Are people really out in the world really like this? And one of the things that really is amazing for me about Carole Baskin is the fact that she has people volunteering 12, 14-hour days out of their life. They're volunteering. I was like, right. No pay, huh? And they're happy to do it. So, I mean, I can't hate a hustle. Go live on.
I wouldn't want to be married to her, but still. I'm like...
You might not make it, Darren. I'm just saying. I don't know. And because it's gotten so much acclaim and so much attention, they're like, oh, we're reopening the case against her missing husband. And what do you think you're going to find? At this stage of the game, come on now.
Hey, they're bringing back Unsolved Mysteries. Come on. That's actually a new Netflix show, too. Yeah. So they might find something.
I would be amazed what they find.
Aren't they supposed to check? They're supposed to check something, like the well or something.
But at this stage of the game, if she possibly fed him to whatever, and things may or may not have transpired, you're 30 years later. Nothing's gonna matter.
Cold cases happen all the time. There's new technology.
This is true, Darren. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold, but
I don't know.
Them reopening the case is interesting. I don't know if they're really gonna find any solid facts, because I like I said, I have to tip my hat to her, because she owns Joe's old zoo.
Yeah, the GW Zoo.
Yeah, like that right there. Carole she's a gangster.
It's like Game of Thrones now. It's like Game of Thrones with tigers instead of wolves.
She is a gangster. Like, I mean, he came after her and was attacking her verbally and all kind of crazy stuff and defamation suits, and came back and just took it all. I was like, wow, that's amazing. That is absolutely mind-blowing.
I know. And something ironic about our comic book that we do, just a little bit of a novelty here. Yeah. So the comic, so it's written by Michael Frizzell, and it's drawn by Joe Paradise. So it's kind of like, and that's Joe Paradise is his real name.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's not like Joe Exotic, which is the fake name. So it's a super fun little bit of information there.
Hysterical. So, Darren, what is the next phase for you guys with this Tiger King comic?
This was supposed to be just a one-shot, a little fun one-shot, but there's so much going on after the Netflix series. Mm-hmm. There's him going to jail or him in jail and trying to get pardoned by President Trump and all this stuff, all this crazier stuff that she owns the zoo now. So we probably are going to do a sequel to this. So it's going to be like you have the prequel and then you have kind of the after show.
Right.
Yeah, the post. And it's doing really well. We're super excited about it. We did a deal with retailers that if they ordered a certain amount, we would get a special cover. So we have 14 different covers for this Tiger King comic book.
Wow.
I know. It's insanity.
It is. This is insane. Oh, wow. All right. So, Darren, we're about to, cut off the show a little bit, but you know that you're more than welcome back. Matter of fact, I want you back on the show to talk about the next feature, whether it be Tiger King or whatever else. You and your team, you guys
wait till you hear about Storm. Yeah, wait till you hear about Female Force Stormy Daniels.
Oh,
Space Force. No, Space Force Stormy Daniels. Our new. We're doing a cartoon series and a comic book series with her.
Ooh, okay. So, we will have to have you back to chat about that when we're getting ready to launch that. All right. But, Darren, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having us.
No problem. And let everyone know the best way to get the comic and to stay in contact with you guys.
Yeah, right now it's on Amazon, so you can get it on Amazon. It's called Infamous Tiger King, and you can also order it wherever bookstores are, or you can go to your comic book retailer and have them order it as well. And there's two different versions. There's like a special extended version, and then there's just the regular version as well. So super fun stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to put that out into the universe. Like, I'm not a comic book head. I'm really not. But I enjoyed this one mostly, I think, because I'm just a little bit more vested than most stories. But
we've been doing the biography comic book for about since 2008. We started doing political ones and female empowerment ones. So we've done everybody from Ellen DeGeneres to Condoleezza Rice to Barbara Walters to Hillary, and we've done about 60 of those. We've gone into politics. We've done tribute Michael Jackson or tribute David Bowie. And so we've been doing a lot of these. So this was just really just a fun one for us to do.
Yes, definitely. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's right. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.